Christmas, just about a week away, and I want to invite you into a simple creative moment, I know, in the midst of the busyness. No big pressure, not a huge page. It's just about a 15-minute little page, and it's for the sake of making. So grab what you already have in your stash, those festive botanical die cuts, or cut your own, those well-loved rub-ons that you've stashed away. In this video, let's simply let the process lead. Layering and playing, let's give these supplies that we love so much a chance to do the work. Let's make something beautiful together. All right, I am going to just jump right in here with Evergreen Bough, pulling that from my blues and my greens. And I have on the glass mat a 6x8 piece of mixed media paper. And I went ahead and gave it a border with that 1/4-inch mint tape. I love creating these borders. I don't know what it is. I just really love it. And so I'm coming in here with Evergreen Bough and that ink blending brush. And you're going to notice I'm going to fiddle here a little bit with that mint tape. It didn't really, I didn't have enough of it to adhere well. And you'll see how I fix that in a few moments. Then I decided to come in with a bit of Rustic Wilderness. Now I'm not adding in a heavy layer of ink by any means. This is super subtle. It's just a layer. So far we have 2 layers, right? And then I didn't show it, but I added with my distress sprayer some spritz of water, and I'm just pulling that up again, just to give a little layer and a bit of distressing. Now I'm coming in here with this letterbox ledger stamp that I love so much. I think you've seen me use this like half a dozen times already. And I kind of fuddled here in the beginning, and sometimes that happens. I mean, fuddling is the name of the game. But here's the thing, and I'll probably talk about this again. You can see how I'm arranging some ideas that I have. I wanted to come in here at this midpoint, like almost halfway down the page with these frames. And the thing about the backgrounds is that they live in the background. And when we are adding these layers, well, we've added 2 layers of ink, we've added some distressing with the water, I'm coming in here with some ledger stamping. These aren't going to be seen in the forefront. They blend in beautifully. I can't encourage you enough to practice this reality and just play. So I came in here and I did what I really actually like to do with these types of stamps. And I like to kind of just swirl some ink in the middle. You already saw me do that. And then I don't have those hard edges. Okay, so I encourage at the beginning to grab your stash of rub-ons, which is what I did. This is an old set of rub-ons. I believe it's Evergreen Season. It's from last year that I picked this up. And I'm coming in here, I'm cutting this large paint splatter in half. I'm going to snug it up against my border, my mint tape border there on the straight edge. And I'm going to go ahead and just transfer that like you would transfer any kind of rub-on, and just making sure that it is all adhered beautifully and nicely in place. And I love the pop of color that it gives. You're going to see now that I'm going to add this to the other side. I don't go all the way to the top. I already added some of that ledger stamping at the top. I wanted this to intersect with my little cluster. So far in my thinking and in the process of doing this, all I knew was that I was going to have this cluster of frame and then some botanicals. That's about as far as my thinking got. But I knew I needed some background to hold it, to ground it, if you will. I think these paint splatters do just that. So dig into those rub-ons. Maybe you even have a stamp that's a splatter stamp that you could then layer with some texting stamp, and you can create the same idea. I know I keep fiddling with this, but I'm about ready to now use some 1/8 inch strip foam strips and put this into place. Okay, I hadn't planned this part. I think there's a couple of these rub-ons left. This is Evergreen Season Sentiment. And I just thought this was a fun, festive moment. I'm trying to think, jolly little moment, just to add this, the jolliest. It just was a fun sentiment, and probably ideally should have added it in before I add the framing, but I didn't know. I didn't know what I wanted in there, but it worked, and it could work for you too, so give it a try. I also have some of these die cut botanicals. Now, as I'm encouraging you to use what you have, dig into your dies. Maybe you have some dies that you can cut. Maybe you have some ephemera that has some lovely branches with it. Look and see what you have. Pull it out, gather it together. Enjoy just the process of making a page. Now here's where I kind of added a fun, different little technique for me. I don't usually connect my elements, and here I really wanted to. So because basically it came from having such a long botanical stem, and I'm showing you there, look how long this is and look how it connects. So we're taking from the layers of frame and we're connecting all the way back over to the element that is the rub-ons, or maybe you use ink, or maybe you used a stamp. And I love how it connects. It just gave this a great anchor. The next thing I knew I wanted to do, but wasn't quite sure how I was going to go about it, was just layering up these botanical die cuts that I have. You can see I don't really have a whole lot left. I have a lot of pine cones, and I'm going to put them to work here. So this became quite a focal point and a creative exercise for me to come in with the hot glue, with the little smallish elements, with my craft tweezers, and just tuck them in. Now the key to this is making sure you don't use a whole lot of adhesive. So you're going to see, I just kind of eyeball it. Just like, does this look here? Yep, it looks good here. I don't overthink it at all. I didn't have time to overthink. It's a busy time. I'm telling you, I'm still wrapping presents right now, friends. But you know how it is. You just have the need to make a thing. And so I didn't overthink it. I decided, yep, that's where I want this to live. And then I just added, I think I'm going to do it here in a moment. I think I'll show you. I'm going to put this back on the tweezers, and I'm just going to add right there on the tip the hot glue, which is a great adhesive. And for the most part, wherever you put it, that's where your element's going to stay. And I continue to repeat this. It's find the element, tuck it where I think I'm going to like it, make a decision, yep, that's where it's going to live, add the hot glue, and commit. Now, here I didn't commit. You're going to see me fiddle with this little, this is the tiniest piece. It actually does find a home later on, but I don't think I included it in the video because so often I'll be done with the thing. And I even did this with some of the rub-ons. You're going to see I add more rub-ons, I think, on the Indian photo. But I even had, some cut-off rub-ons after that didn't have a home yet. And I actually added them into my story December to some of those art pages. So nothing was lost. No labor was unmet with satisfaction because I found a home for the things, whether it was on this page or whether my story December album that is open and I keep adding to it, was able to receive some of the rub-on love as well. So pine cones are finding their homes. Like I said, I had a lot of them, and it was kind of a matter of, you have so many of these, Jamie, let's just lay them down. Let's just find a home for them. Don't carry them into next year. Make use of them now. And for the most part, that's exactly what I did. And because of using the hot glue, I can go in and kind of lift a previous hot glued element, and it's not going to go anywhere. And I can add some more dimension because of kind of pulling up the leaves or the berries or the pine cone. But I definitely can then have the ability to tuck underneath because I know everything is adhered so well. And that's exactly what I did. I just lifted here and there, and I didn't feel like it was too much. It was just such a joyful, it was a really, really good little creative process for me. And here comes the very satisfying part, and that is pulling away the tape and revealing such a clean border. It just makes me so happy. So I hope you'll dig into your stash. I hope you'll gather some of your favorite things that you might be hoarding. I hope you'll rediscover some rub-ons that you have hidden away and just craft a dimensional art page. All of the items that I did use that are still available are linked below. Enjoy some creative time just for you, and I will for sure see you in the next video.